Hello there.
Hello.
It's in honor of Ewan getting his star.
Oh man, like watching that was making me a little teary-eyed.
I know.
That was so sweet.
Hello, everybody.
Hello there, everybody.
How's it going? Rising Moons,
There
Jeffrey,
you go, Rising Moon.
Danny, Nate. Oh, you like that? That's I don't know how you have to like indicate that it's AI generated, but the thumbnail, the live stream thumbnail, it was
You didn't make that?
I didn't make it.
How dare you?
But it's pretty cool. Like it's in honor of like tomorrow. It's gonna be Rebuild the Galaxy for Lego Star Wars.
Tell me about this.
The Lego Star Wars?
Yes.
It's a movie. Like it's like a what if
But it's like a show.
movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a movie. I know this is
It's
like
like the
Darth
Lego-
Jar Jar.
Darth Jar
right?
Jar
It's like
and,
the
like,
Dark Millennium
good
Falcon,
Anakin.
and yeah. But it's okay. So it's just a movie.
It's just like a whole twist.
Okay,
on it.
I didn't know. I thought I heard somewhere that it was a show, or maybe you said that it was a show earlier, and I got confused. So I didn't know what to expect, but
Yeah.
now I know what to expect. Ooh, almost broke.
Hopefully you guys
something.
could hear us. We're getting out there.
We're broadcasting
Broadcasting.
to the world. Darth Jar Jar. I really wanted. I think I got like wrapped up into the hype of when we went to Rebel ScumCon and we saw Ahmed Best. I was like, we need the Lego set.
The Lego set would be really cool because it's a Black Falcon. Like imagine that. Like just like this sleek looking
It would look really dope.
Falcon. So
But we didn't get on it. Sarah matches the couch. I do match the couch. I'm in one of
just
those
the top
like
torso.
whatever. I'm a floating torso. I don't know if you do this, and I was actually thinking about
Oh,
it.
look, you could have that jacket behind you too.
Oh, I could just like blend completely.
Yeah.
But
Like
whenever
green screen it.
like right before you go on a trip, like you don't wear nice clothes.
Yeah.
Does
I guess.
is anybody else like this? Like I don't, for like a couple days before we go on a trip, I don't want to wear any of the clothes that I could even possibly consider to pack because I've already washed them. Shoe check.
Yeah.
Can you you're just randomly holding
Let me see. Let me.
hold them up high? Whoa,
Look,
man.
they gotta match the Mosh Isley. Get it at
Looking.
moshisley.com.
But not that one.
Oh yeah, not
That's
this
his.
one. Little
You
custom.
also you did a little customization on that
I
one.
think it looks good. I did. I don't even know. Did we show this off? Like what I had done to it? I think because it wasn't cold. Like as soon as I did it, it was like hot already.
I think you did it for Orlando, so like back in February, but it was Orlando.
But the whole idea. So we did. We cropped yours and we did this one to mine.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like to make them unique.
A little different.
And we were kind of like, it'd be cool if people just got the hoodie and they did their own thing to it.
Yeah.
But-
I'd recommend it. I really like the way that yours looks. Now I want a cropped and bleached mosh hoodie. Let's see. Jeffrey is usually packed several days ahead of travel.
You are, well, we used to be that way. I think now that we kind of know what we like, our toiletries we have pretty much packed
Oh,
at all
hey,
times.
Shane.
But
Toiletries are packed.
it's more the clothes, and I think we have to like feel like for me, I have to kind of feel it. Like, okay, what am I feeling?
Yeah, we've talked about this in relation to like meal prep and meal planning, is that we cannot say like we're gonna have these 5 meals, we're gonna cook these 5 meals this week, or like do a whole bunch of meal prep and then be satisfied eating those things for the rest of the week, because we get to that day and we're just like, I don't want that anymore. Can we get something else? One of our
Can we
mics
get
is
Olive Garden?
buzzing. Is it me? Because I was doing weird things accidentally. Is that better? Tell us. Jeffrey says the only last minute additions to
Hold
my
on.
luggage is my iPad. Oh, Steven's running off. I could talk about packing. I even use a travel razor and toothbrush. So I use a not better. All of our toiletries and everything are like ready to go. My makeup is the only thing that I don't have like a travel set for. And that's the only thing that I have to throw. I even have like a travel curling iron and everything at this point because we travel so much that we've had to get a lot more efficient about it. And I do want to do a video at some point on like some of the things that we do to travel a little bit easier, because we didn't used to have dedicated toiletry bags with travel size. Is that what it is? Oh, that's funny. Like a toiletry bag. Like now each of us has a toiletry bag, and we just have to replenish, like top off our shampoo and conditioner. Before we just used to, I don't even know what we had, like Ziploc bags. By the way, tell us if it stopped making that buzzing noise, because it was not a microphone, if that's what it was. Nate says, Sarah, you've got me hooked on travel cubes since the ones that we gave out for Wish Upon a Star Cruiser. Travel cubes? I love a travel cube, but I also feel like maybe sometimes they take more space than they need to.
Oh, Danny. Okay, so Danny, so talking about shoes.
Gosh.
Talking about shoes. Here, let's go here.
Don't show my feet. Not for free.
I don't want to get onto the Croc train. I'm like holding strong that I'm not gonna get a Croc. However, those foam type of shoes are appealing because if you go to the beach or like Disney, it's pretty necessary, you know. And I don't wear like flip flops.
Right. No
or
free toes.
Yeah,
Not in
and
this
so
house.
I was like, okay, I want something like this. I found, it's called Kane Footwear. Check it out, Danny. It's like a runner's, what do they call it? Recovery shoe.
shoes.
It's a Croc.
It's a Croc
But it's in like
in every sense of the
It's
word.
in the sneaker form, and it's not like the Yeezy, like the big foam runners, or like the other like real stylized foam shoes. It
Yeah.
just looks normal. So I should be getting those in soon. So hopefully, it'll solve all my wet foot
Ew.
dreams.
Ew. Moving on.
Let's see.
Still
Okay.
buzzing. Sounds like cable. It may have been me playing footsies with the cable down here. Very likely.
I did like
Keep us posted, Shane.
Yeah.
I think they look like Crocs, but the box,
They're very similar.
the
to
toe
Crocs.
box is not as. It's shaped more like a sneaker, but it's still pretty wide. And it has holes in it, just like a
Yeah.
Croc, but it's more of a slip-on. Like I'd say it's a mix between. Chad says he can't hear it. It's like a mix between a Croc and like the Vans Crocs. Patrick says, dude, I'm dealing with plantar fasciitis. Birks are awesome, but I feel so silly wearing them. That's what Steven was gonna get some Birkenstocks, but it's hard to get those wet too. So we had, and we can talk about this. So we spent a week in Orlando. Oh, Shane said that's better. Okay. Buzzing is gone.
Yeah, it was. I think
Pipes.
pipes.
All of your cable management,
Yeah.
it's all gone now. We loosened up the Velcro.
I crossed the streams, I guess.
But yeah, we spent a week in Orlando, and it's poured every day that we were there. Oh yeah, that's what they were saying. If I could just disappear. Ultimate hide and seek. But yeah, I brought Crocs. You wanted these canes. It was really funny. So we went to Dick's Sporting Goods because they have them in store to like try on, and they had your size in 2 colors, but they didn't have the other shoe in the pair. And what we think happened is like they sold
The two different.
the mismatched pair because they were close in color.
Yeah.
Kind of. It was like a light gray and a light bluish, like stonish gray.
Yeah. So I think they definitely like mixed them up. So somebody's out there wearing like 2 variations of the same shoe.
Isn't that funny though? Jeffrey says I got some of those shoe covers that zip up to protect against rain puddles.
We saw some of those. Do they work?
I've heard they work really good.
So the thing one of the other things I was thinking about getting is like those Vessi shoes, because they have
Yeah.
like sneaker ones, and then there's like almost like boot ones. because like if we're gonna be
Oh.
walking for a long period of time,
Yeah.
I want something comfortable.
Right.
But, and this is the thing, Jeffrey, is like those shoes, they're water resistant or waterproof on the outside, but once it gets in, it soaks it up, like
Right.
the cushioning, because it's not like doesn't let it flow out. So like that was my whole thing, is like even with like the Birkenstocks type of thing, is like I don't want that the material to soak in water if it was like at Disney, or again, like I'm thinking Disney, and like because we've been cruising like at the beach, I want to be able to wear it like full covered foot.
Full covered.
Yeah.
Covered.
When I'm walking.
No toes.
Yeah.
Well, even
No,
with
again,
like
I don't mind like being barefoot, but sometimes you just want to wear a shoe.
Orion over on Instagram says, "Hey, howdy, hey, welcome, welcome."
Yeah.
That's even the thing with a Croc though. I don't wear my Crocs in
But I love the
public.
Gore-Tex stuff. Like it looks,
What is Gore-Tex?
it's like like as far as like the sneakers, like there's some of the cool sneakers that you've seen. You're like, oh, that looks really cool because it's like that. It looks almost like military looking. They're like hiking boots, but they're like sneakers.
Yeah. Okay,
But they have like different versions of that.
gotcha. They do work. It rained all day in Juneau. My shoes stayed dry. I did the full walk to the waterfall. Oh,
Okay, so those are the zip ups.
I'm curious about those, especially because then
Oh,
you
I've
don't
seen
have to
those,
pack more shoes.
Patrick. I've seen those, like the full foam ones. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I think any shoe, wearing any, maybe like what Jeffrey's recommending, where it's the shoe cover, I think would be good, because once you're like Katie's saying it too, no squishy shoes. Like once your foot gets wet and you're wearing a shoe, even in a Croc, I'm like, huh.
I could.
Like a chancla is the only thing, but
Well,
I won't wear a chancla.
that's the thing, is like
out.
with the Croc, like that, like a flip flop, I could do a wet foot. Like a wet fabric, I cannot do. Like a wet
like
sock,
when you're wearing socks around the
or
house
like
and there was
even
a
like
water
running,
spill.
like when it starts getting damp, I'm more concerned with it grossing me out than actually like forming like a blister or something like that. Like that is
You're
my
running, you're like, huh.
yeah, like that's my concern.
Ooh, Reza said he has Gore-Tex Air Force
Yeah, see?
Ones. You fancy. You don't need more. You're looking for water shoes,
Yeah,
essentially.
hopefully one day they'll come.
Remember UGG covers? I don't remember that. I can't. No. Oh, okay. Y'all are incredible wet feet, aren't? I thought it said wet foot dreams. Cannot believe you said that.
Wait, is that? I think that's one of the Roosevelt's insiders. I think I'm
Is
pretty sure.
it?
I'm pretty sure. I think we'll probably see you this
Oh.
weekend,
Okay, so yeah, we haven't even talked about our travels. So
dude. We've been busy. It's like our travel season.
this is the season. 'Tis the season for not sleeping in our beds. Ooh, Naomi says Justin just got water shoes that look like tennis shoes. We'll scope
Oh
them
my!
out.
I
in
bet you he's
person.
got.
The Vessies. The Vessies. So we spent, well, let's back it up because it's been a while since we've been on here. We were actually supposed to have an episode release today, and we didn't.
We apologize.
Our deepest apologies, because we have been traveling.
Yeah.
And by the
Well,
time
man,
we
we
got
were
home,
like traveling before, and like that last episode that we put out, it was like we were able to.
it was the day of Mosh
Yeah.
in Atlanta, which was 2 weeks ago today.
Oh, but the episode was our escape room episode.
Yeah.
So it was like we had gone on a trip, and then
We were really good about that one because we like pre-filmed that way in advance and edited it.
well, no, it was after the trip, because it was San Diego, then Nashville,
Well, I
and
mean,
then
like
Atlanta.
we
So like that was like
we
within a
recorded
month.
and edited it like a week before
oh
the
before
episode came
yeah.
out. Like we were
the
prepared.
timing it worked out.
Yeah. We were prepared for that, but then so 2 weeks ago we were in Atlanta for Mosh.
Yeah.
We did that for a long weekend, and then we came home and we spent maybe 48 hours home before we went to Orlando for a week,
Yeah.
where I had a travel agent conference that I was helping to host and speak at and coordinate. And then so we were there for that, and then we ended up extending the stay a little bit because our buddy Ryan Key of
I
Yellow
know.
Card was had his first Eat to the Beat concert in Epcot, and it was just like, you got FOMO'd.
Yeah. Well, the thing was, is like, I had like, for whatever reason, I hadn't realized that he was gonna be out there when we were like the timing.
Yeah.
And so when it got closer, when I was like, okay, like when are we going? And wait a minute, that's like one more day to our trip, or like because it was like the Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
So I was like, should we just stay another day? And I was like, oh, that would be cool if we could stay another day.
I think you hadn't even like finished saying the sentence, and I was like, reservation, like resort extended, flights rebooked, we're in. But it was great, and we actually stayed at a different resort this time.
Yeah.
It was a good trip, except for the fact that I worked every day that we were there, so I only got like a couple hours in the park each night, which was a bit of a bummer. But it was also raining every day. So.
It rained a lot. It
was humid. Oh my God. Yeah. I don't know why I even bothered like
the
trying
last
to do my hair.
No, not I mean the last day was started, I think, feeling like it was cooled a little bit, but it was
it
was
wasn't
hot.
terrible, but it was just like
we got to meet Danny.
We got to meet Danny.
Yeah.
That was thrilling.
Yeah.
It was so funny too. So we were in Epcot. I posted about it in stories, and then I think Danny posted in our Discord a picture of the golf ball of Spaceship Earth at the front of Epcot, and we were like, oh my God, I think he's here. And we got so excited. And we were meeting up with friends at the time, so we were kind of like bouncing around. We met up.
I feel like that's what Epcot is. Like you don't get anywhere.
No.
Because you're just like back and forth. Like that's all we were doing. We were going like from
because we literally were like, okay,
towards Canada, back to Mexico, towards Canada to the front of this, like that little triangle is what we were just like kept walking back, because like meeting someone here, and then we would hang out with them for a little bit, and then like they would have to go somewhere and we'd split off.
Yeah.
And then we'd meet over here, and they're like, oh yeah, okay, let's get a drink. You got to get a drink in Mexico, and then split off.
Spoiler, Danny, we told you that we were in Mexico. We weren't in Mexico when I told you, because remember I went and got us lunch at La Cantina, and then we went to.
We ate or we got food in Mexico, and then went to.
We went to the Odyssey, like we went to AC. We found AC to eat in. But yeah, so he was there, and we're like, oh, well, let's meet up, and so we got to meet up.
Later, Reza.
It was super funny. Night, Reza. It was super funny because we're like, okay, well, we'll meet. I think I said like in front of La Cantina, because that's where we get our margaritas from. And so we were standing there and getting our stroller, and we don't know what Danny looks like. And Steven was like, I bet you that's Danny right there across the way. He's like, I'm going to go sneak up on him. I was like, okay. So I was just like watching across the way, like, is it? And sure enough, it was Danny. It was so cool. We got to meet Danny's whole family. Like, it was.
And then I think, was it that day that we were walking? Like we just saw, no, I think it was the day before.
It was the day before we saw a whole bunch of like Roosevelt's
people.
Yeah. Because
it's just always funny because it's like, it's one of those like nice shirt. And then like,
are you in?
Yeah. It's like, it just like shirts kind of come out of the wild, and we're like, oh, look, there's another one.
Oh yeah. Danny fell off the fence. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. But it was so great to meet you. And that was a good day. Yeah. I think that was because it was the one day I wasn't working either. So I was like, what a day we had. We got to hang out in the parks. But yeah, the day before we went to Epcot, and because Hoobastank was playing.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a little emo weekend. It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Like a little baby Warp Tour. Warp Tour's back. Did you see
so
that?
Like, yeah, I saw them come, like they're
I hope it's inside. I hope there's seats.
Well, because like, so we went to go watch Hoobastank, and while we were kind of walking around, I was like, this kind of feels like festival vibes. Like it felt like a Warped Tour, where you just kind of like, you have your drink, you're walking around, there's, a bunch of emo kids walking around and stuff.
It was so fun to see so many like elder emos in a Disney park. Like I was just like, this is a dream come true. Like this is Disney, and it is emo. It is wonderful. But yeah, it was great. Watching Hoobastank was really fun. And it's one of those things where it's like, I knew a lot more Hoobastank songs than I realized when you're watching. You're like, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that one too. So that was fun. And then watching Yellow Card was just great. Like our kid loves Yellow Card, and getting to see our friend up. Like I was just like such a proud friend. Like I got emotional watching because Ryan is, and he said it during his set, like he is a Disney adult,
Yeah.
and he like absolutely is. And so to see him have this dream come true of not only playing in a Disney park but also singing their cover of A Whole New World,
Yeah.
was just like, it was the how, what is that feeling like when you feel so happy for somebody else?
Happy?
Oh, is that what this feeling is? That's so weird.
We got a
Hey, Bad
wayward
Batch
over
Mama.
here. Gotta acknowledge over at Atlanta. They were over there.
Oh yeah, with the
I saw
the
like
droids,
yeah.
the legs. I always crack up when I see the droids. The cover was really good. The Yellow Card concert was great.
Yeah.
It was really fun. They did a good job. They had costume. We only stayed for the first one because we lined up for it and it was hot. Thank God we had an umbrella with us because
Yeah.
the sun was blazing. But we lined up over an hour before the concert.
Yeah, we weren't smart. We didn't get a
We didn't do dining
The
package
dining
or anything
package.
like that. But we lined up like over an hour and a half before the show, and we were some of the last people to make it in. Like they broke attendance records for E to the Beat.
well, just because people were like standing. Like, well, no, we weren't like the last ones because the last ones to sit.
The last ones to get into the seating area,
yeah.
yeah. Because they were saying that there were people already lined up for
The next one.
the next show. And so they escort everybody out of the seating area. And I was like, well, I don't really want to. Well, we love Ryan, but like, I don't want to go stand in the heat again with our two kids. Like,
Yeah.
if it had just been us, it would have been a different story. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was
Super.
enjoyable. Like it was like a nice like end to the weekend.
Yeah,
So
it was lovely. So we came home, and now
going on another trip.
going on another trip. This one is different than most of the other trips that we take. So I don't know that we've actually ever like talked about it here on a live stream or on the episodes at all.
No, I don't think we have.
But I think we've talked about it on socials. But if you don't know, we're really close with the people over at Roosevelt's headquarters, and one of the founders passed away back in May. And so they delayed doing like a kind of celebration of life or like a larger party for him. And so they're doing that this weekend up in New Jersey. So if you're in the area, they're doing this really fun, like a big fun party for him, which I think is,
Hey, what he would.
it's exactly, yeah, it's the perfect way to celebrate Steve. So we're going up there and we're taking the kids with us and gonna see friends and go hang out and celebrate and just
Taking the city.
yeah, take in the city and let the kids just be wild.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that. But have we packed? No.
There's no I think the big thing is there's no costumes. That is the biggest thing.
It feels like every time we go on a trip, we have like a new interesting thing about packing for that trip, though.
But I think so. It's like if it's a work trip, we'll have to pack some kind of costume, some kind of bound,
Right.
some kind of thing. Like that's how I know it's more of a work trip.
Yeah, but I guess like works era. Like last week, I had to wear like conference clothes, not super serious stuff, but I had to wear stuff to like be in the ACLs all
Yeah.
day.
But it's still costumes. You got to wear grown-up clothes. You can't just wear. You can't wear jeans, or you could have.
I probably could have. We were
You
all.
got to be professional.
Yeah, I was like, I have to speak at this thing. I have to wear like pants.
You have to wear pants.
But we were there for a full week for 4 of us, and so it was like, okay, we were trying to be like very, very efficient with our packing until we packed, and then we're like, whatever, just grab another suitcase. It is what it is. But with this one, I think we're gonna try to be like very, very efficient and just do carry-ons.
I think I think it'll be easy. We got this.
We'll see. Speaking of outfits, it's not far off, but are you planning a return to California for Life Day? We are not doing Life Day this year. Actually booked us another trip during Life Day. I really did love doing Life Day though.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of fun. But it was, I don't know. There's some, I think because it's not a stigma or something. And I don't even want to say East versus West because I know Peter's just going to like rise out of the woodworks. But because we have annual passes and just it feels like the flights are cheaper and the accommodations are cheaper to just go to Florida, it's just easier for us to go over there. So like we need a really big reason to pull us over to California.
Yeah.
And I found like a really, really good deal on a different trip. Here's a West Coaster coming in here. But yeah, so we didn't, we're not doing Life Day. I wish we were. I also gave my Akmina costume away. She got worn. Did you see it?
No.
So I gave,
Over at Dragon Con?
yeah, I gave Akmina to Megan, one of the actors from Star Cruiser, the captains. And she wore it to, I told her, I was like, you better bring that to Dragon Con. Sure enough.
Have a good one, Chad. Oh, yeah, the Meow Wolf.
I know I've been spamming, so I'll continue. Are y'all excited for Meow Wolf to open up? I'm so excited, but it's so weird to me. It's opening on Halloween. So Meow Wolf.
It's going to be super busy.
Houston.
Like, I don't feel like it's going to have, for us, I don't feel like we're going to get into like February.
Probably, yeah.
Just like it's going to be nuts. And then the travel that we have, just finding the time for it. I don't know, maybe like birthday time. Like,
Maybe like, birthday time. I think what we just need to make sure is like we don't go on a weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's the nice thing. Because we did the Grapevine one. What was that one called? The Real Unreal, I think.
I think so.
I think it's the Real Unreal. And it was very interesting because it was in a
House.
mall. Well, it's in a mall.
Yeah.
But it was a house-based one.
I really hope the Houston one is on par with Omega Mart. That's what I'm hoping.
I hope so too. But after doing the one in Grapevine, I'm like, I don't know, man.
I mean, there was a lot of stuff there, and there's a lot of story, but then there wasn't, right? There was story.
It was a very small amount of story, and you had to know exactly where to look, and it really wasn't
But
like intuitive.
They put it all like
in one place.
Like, so you could have kind of figured it out all over, but if you really just looked at it in one place, you got the whole thing.
You got the whole thing. And I think with Omega Mart in Vegas,
they still did that.
But it wasn't that you could get all the information in one place. All the information was spread out, and you could get it from different perspectives and in different ways. And you could get pieces of the story. Like, if I went in and you went in separately, we could both get to the same conclusion, but we went about it different ways.
Yeah.
And with the one in Grapevine, you couldn't really do that. Like, you wouldn't really know what happened unless you found the one place that told you exactly what happened.
And now I wondered if it's going to connect anything from any of the other stories.
I don't know.
So
it's in an existing building, so I don't know how big it can be. Omega Mart is big. Omega Mart was huge. Yeah. I was shocked when we went past the initial
And
area.
I think that's the thing, too, is like there is that big shock factor of like, whoa, this thing's huge.
Ricky over on Instagram says it's a dad of 5. Oh my God, that's a lot of kids. I love that your parents are never growing up either. Have a wonderful night. See you soon. Yep, so Ricky will be there. Very excited to meet you. Excited to meet some insiders.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Not just like 2D on our phones. So is Denver. Oh, Denver's in an Denver is big.
Yeah, Denver's the one that they kind of...
Is that Convergence Station, I think?
Yeah, like where it kind of seems that that's the...
Where it all comes together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. I won't be there the opening day, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to open...
We're very much early adopters until there's a crowd involved.
Oh, early adopters.
Oh,
that sounds like an interesting conversation.
Almost like we plan to talk about that in a structured way. Whoops. save that. Don't
Yeah.
talk about it now. But yeah, so we've got this trip coming up, and so I think we're gonna like scooch around our schedule a little bit just to accommodate our travel lately, because we have yet another trip
Yeah.
a week after we get back from New Jersey. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We may do 2 live streams in a row, which I know today was supposed to be an episode. So maybe we're not actually like changing the schedule. We're just kind of
like replacing the episode.
replacing. Because we always have these like big dreams of doing a live stream whenever we're traveling.
Don't make me feel bad, because like I want to be able to do that. Like I would love to be able to do it, but it's just like
But here's the other thing.
the,
Children.
exactly. There's that, and then getting you to just like sit down is the hardest part, because you're like, I want to go do this, I want to go do that, and it's like, well, can we sit down and like have a conversation?
No.
Exactly. So
Not when we're no. Because the thing, so if we were going to do a live stream, say we're at Disney, we can't do it in a park.
yeah,
Because we're not going to be able to like sit there and focus with all these other things going around and having the kids with us. So we would have to be back in the hotel. And if we're back in the hotel around the time we would do a live stream, it's just like bedtime chaos.
yeah.
So it's difficult. But like last week we were supposed to do a live stream and we were in Oga's.
That would have been a fun one, but it would have just been chaos.
Chaos, because it
I
was
think that's
so
all the
loud
thing.
in there to begin with.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I think that's becoming like slowly becoming a tradition of ours, is shutting down
Oga's.
Oga's
It's kind of the nicest time to
to go.
go.
Because it's not that crowd. Like that's the time when there's the least amount of people in there.
Yeah.
And then you get a nice quiet Batu on the way out. So if you wanted to stop and take pictures in front of the Falcon, which is what we were there with a lot of the travel agents, and they got some really cute pictures. And I was like, nah. I had a cute outfit. Well, it wasn't like a Star Wars outfit, but I had a cute outfit on because we'd gone to a nice dinner that night. But I was like, the humidity, like I am not getting any cute photos out of this trip at all. Tim says need a really good mic set up for that. We do have a mic.
So I don't have an XLR mic. And again, I want to try out, because I have those little the DJI mics. But I my kind of like mental hurdle that I want like a decent like setup where if I'm taking my laptop, and I've figured out where I could like take the like use my phone as like a second camera. So if I wanted to like,
Oh yeah.
look at just you, look at just me type of thing, and it kind of emulates the setup that we have here. And then with the mics and being able to feed that audio into
We have the mechanics in place.
yeah.
It's-
Again, I think it's I'm capable of it. It's just
We're technologically capable.
Yeah.
We are mentally incapable. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, it's tough. The other thing is too, like, I like to travel. So when I'm not home, I want to go do something. I want to go do things. I
Yeah.
don't want to sit still.
yeah. I don't know. I want to see if those mics sound decent too.
Yeah, we need to figure that out.
Like if they sound decent as far as like doing a live, like we just put that on and so
Go for it.
go for it.
So, yeah, lots and
You'll
lots.
probably see some tests. Because the other thing too, I was telling you about it is,
Wow.
so currently we are able to kind of multi-stream on YouTube and Instagram.
Right.
Don't forget to
You
like
say
and
kind
subscribe
of because
we are.
I mean we are doing it.
But you could, like, I'm kind of learning that I'm able to multi-stream to other platforms as well, and like YouTube has a vertical,
Oh yeah, like vertical
version
format
too.
now.
So you could do horizontal and vertical on
Ooh.
YouTube and Instagram, and if we wanted to do Twitch or Kick or something like some of the other platforms, we could do that. It's just we'd have to set up, different places. So let me know if like this is not your. I think most of our people are YouTube,
Yeah.
but if like people are like, oh no, like Twitch is my main thing or Instagram's my main thing.
I mean, you used to stream on Twitch
Yeah.
like multiple times a week, even.
Yeah.
That was before we started traveling as much as we
But I
did.
think again, it's like it's a different beast. Where I think it's like on
And it's
YouTube.
different vibes
Yeah.
too.
So, all right, I think you could even stream to like TikTok and
Mm.
trying to think of other services.
Facebook?
Yeah,
You
like
can do
Facebook too.
Facebook.
So, I don't know. I mean, I think it's something we could try.
Yeah, why not?
So,
Different audiences, even. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing is like Twitch has its own kind of.
the hard part, and this is it, is the chats because none of them like to play with each other.
Right.
So, when you see us looking, like we have two chats. We have YouTube chat and Instagram chat. And if you add more platforms,
Yeah, more windows. Then we really can't see what we're doing because as it is, we can't really see what we're doing because
I can
There's
see.
lots
I think I've organized it in a way where I understand it.
I can't like physically see things still. I got duped yesterday. So, like I said, we've been traveling. So we had basically, so we got home Monday. I had to go do work stuff like offsite all day on Tuesday. So I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do a lot of
Right, Tim?
like home things that needed to get done. Right. And so Wednesday, Thursday were like the day, like yesterday and today were like the days to get things done around the house to get ready for this next stuff. Anyway, because we're also home so little, and of course all of our like annual doctor's appointments and checkups and all of these things are like due now. And I wear contacts and I wear daily contacts, which means that
Oh, they're running out.
I rip these things out and I throw them away at the end of the day. And I have very few left and we have lots of travel coming. So I'm like, I need to order new contacts. And so I had an eye doctor's appointment yesterday and you had one the day before. And you were like, oh yeah, I got my eyes dilated. I was like, oh, I should probably do that. It's been a while. I've got some not so great like eye stuff in my family history. So I'll just go get my eyes dilated too. You didn't make it seem like a big deal, but I also wasn't around you. So I go get my eyes dilated. They're like, yeah, it's free. Or we could do this extra thing for an upcharge. And I was like, well, I mean, if it's free, go ahead. It's been like, I don't know, 5 years or something, like a long time since I've done it. I couldn't see anything.
You could see, but it's like, it's like straining your eyes or everything's like blurry.
And our daughter had this like camp lantern thing that she
Oh,
kept like opening. And I'm like, that is the surface of the sun you're shining at me right now. But she, there's a difference too if you wear glasses and contacts after getting your eyes dilated because you were like, if I do like this and like look over my glasses, you're like, I can kind of see, but the lenses are on my eyeballs. So I had no reprieve. And my glasses, they hurt my head. So and I didn't want to take them out because they're daily contacts and I have so few that I was like, I'm not wasting these. So it was interesting because I couldn't see for a while. And then they changed my prescription and I don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah, we'll see.
I was doing this all day.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
That's when you know it's not a right prescription.
Not the
when you have to,
vibes.
like, you have to do the squint.
It's like, am I clear? Was this clearer than before? I don't know. And then I'm like, can you read that sign? Can you read that sign?
So before the live stream,
Yes.
we were talking. We deliberately
my
did not look this
God.
up. We need your help. So and we don't look it up either. Like let's get from memory.
Okay.
We were talking about the VMAs just happened yesterday.
Yes. On
Uh,
a Wednesday? Is that when they happened?
but
Okay.
there was the new artist was Chapel Roan,
Right.
and I was talking about that. I saw something where she is. I think her next album, her sophomore album, it's gonna be like people are speculating that she's gonna do like a new persona, like a gender bend,
Yeah.
and like she's gonna like kind of reinvent herself as this male performer.
Okay.
Because she went on as Joan of Arc, and like how Joan of Arc disguised herself as a
Oh,
male, and they went through this whole like analysis of it.
yeah.
But it got us thinking, or like I kind of referenced, like, oh, it's gonna be like Garth Brooks, who his alter ego when he was Darth Brooks, and we had a good laugh. But then I was like, wait a minute, what was his name? And I think we were like going back and forth.
Yes.
We had come down to that it was like,
Well, do you want to say the name, or like if you remember it, put it in the chat because we have our final answer.
well, the consensus that we came to.
But was it a Z or no Z? Tim, I thought you were going to say Martha Brooks. But y'all remember that? Like back in the 90s when Garth Brooks was at his height.
He dyed his hair and
Yeah. Yes, he dyed his hair. No,
he stopped wearing a hat.
Was that? No, that wasn't the only difference.
Yeah, that's what he just.
I thought he was like faceless.
He did the soul patch.
No.
Yes, he did the soul patch. He dyed his hair
He
and
showed
stopped
his
wearing
face.
a hat.
I thought it was like a faceless.
He had like a Chris Angel haircut, or was it just kind of like he went emo.
Stop it.
He did.
No, I don't want to look it up though. So if you remember the name of his alter ego, tell us because we think we know what it is. It's not as funny to retell the story, but like in the moment it was really funny because we were coming up with all kinds of.
And you wanted to look it up, but I was like, no, we gotta save this for the stream because this was good.
Was there anybody else that did that? You said like Donald Glover and Childish
Well,
Gambino, but that's not. It's not
That's his acting name and his singing name.
right. But now Childish Gambino is dead.
Yeah, but then there
Right.
was Prince, and Prince,
Artist.
the artist formerly known as Prince.
Fartist. But then didn't he go back to Prince
Then,
at the
but
end?
then he went to that symbol.
Oh. No, that's when he was the symbol. Right? I don't know.
Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines. Okay, that's what we came to was Chris Gaines. And I spelled the way that I said, not Gainz.
With the Z. Because it was the 90s. Everything had a Z on it.
But it was the full 90s. It wasn't like the early 2000s yet. I'm not all up on it, but there was something about David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust. Was there? I didn't think that Ziggy Stardust was like a alter ego.
Well, see,
The
and
90s had lots of Z's. Did it? I don't remember that. Okay, I've got to look up Chris Gaines now.
I'm trying to think of like other, because that was the weird thing is like,
Oh my God. That's funny.
I told you.
You can't see.
Here, look. Put it to your camera.
Can you see that? Hold on. With the soul patch. Oh my gosh. Oh, I gotta put.
So
How old was he when he did this? Do you know?
no, I don't remember.
Is Garth Brooks Australian?
No, I don't think so.
Hold on. A one-off fictional rock persona created as a movie character for Garth Brooks to explore musical styles far removed from his success as a country singer.
So his,
Oh, fictitiously, he was from Australia. Did
he created a whole persona.
No. Did he have an accent? Did he do like press as Chris Gaines?
Well, but isn't there that other the one that married Nicole Kidman? He's an Australian country singer.
Yeah. Oh my God, his birthday's in October.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban's birthday. That's so stupid.
So I wonder if Chris Gaines inspired Keith
No.
Urban,
So it says initially.
or maybe he was just jealous because he's like, "Who's this new country singer on the coming onto the road?"
It says initially Brooks planned to feature the Gaines persona in The Lamb, a motion picture that never materialized. In 1999, Brooks released Garth Brooks in The Life of Chris Gaines, his only album as Gaines.
Oh, okay. So it was gonna be a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of makes more sense. So
But
he
I thought
basically like
people didn't know that it was Chris Gaines or that it was Garth Brooks for a while.
was like a Hannah Montana situation.
That's what I thought. But also, like,
Oh,
this
because
was
okay,
the other
no,
thing.
but talking about that, so
What have you been drinking while I was away?
we were talking about Australia.
Keith Urban's
Uh,
birthday.
no, okay, so Childish Gambino, he's coming out with a movie
Yeah.
where he's like that new album.
But is it
He's like
killing
he well,
Childish
he's
Gambino?
no, he's a musician. So Donald Glover is Childish Gambino, but in the movie he's playing a singer
Oh, what's the name?
like Bruno,
No,
something like that, something or another. But it's Childish Gambino as that because he has an album
it's
from
an
that movie.
Inception.
Yeah.
What's the name of that one song though? It's like Chad
Uh,
Rowenberg or something.
Lithonia.
Lithonia is the name of the album.
No, that's the song. The album is something else.
Oh, but he says a name.
It does, right, Tim? It's like this person is this person.
What?
He pulls off the mustache.
I really. How old were you when you decided that you were gonna be? I mean, now people just like, okay, now I'm
Again, look up the Childish Gambino movie
okay,
or
child.
Donald Glover movie.
When does that come out? Because I really want to see that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting for sure. Oh, you know what? I want to see that Pharrell, the Lego movie.
Oh
That looks really
Bando
cool.
Stone.
So he's gonna be playing Bando Stone.
Okay. Bando Stone in the New World, which he directed and starred in, and scored as Childish Gambino. He
See?
also revealed that his new Childish Gambino song, Lithonia, which plays over the clip, will come out on July 2nd. The movie trailer, blah, 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 blah. When does it come out, though?
So it's like Childish Gambino is doing the movie, or doing the soundtrack.
Because he's doing the tour, right?
So, again, it's just like name on top of name on top of name.
But when does the movie
Yes,
come out?
Tim, go check it out. There's like it's a Lego movie, but it's Pharrell Williams, like from NERD. I mean, he's from like just all the music stuff. It's his story, but it was done in Lego. It's just like
It looks
it's a documentary. It's a documentary, but it's in Lego,
no
and it's like
release
serious.
date for the Bando Stone movie,
Yeah.
no release date. What if it's not a real movie and it was just like a really dope trailer?
About a movie. Yeah, we saw the trailer, and I was just like,
When does that one
I
come
love Pharrell too, because like I was listening to him when he was in NERD.
out? You love the Billionaire Boys Club.
Yeah, the Billionaire Boys Club.
The ice creams. What was that one called?
I think
Pharrell
Pharrell.
Williams movie.
I think it was Pharrell.
It's called Piece by Piece. It comes out October 11th. So soon,
Yeah.
in a month. That one looks really good. But also like, oh, you know what? It was when we went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Mhm.
And it was a trailer for that, but I don't think you had seen that trailer.
No, I didn't.
And so when we went to go see it with me way later, you and I like looked at each other like, is this real? And sure enough.
Well, because again, the weird thing is like when I thought it was almost like an imagined, like them talking in real life,
Like
and then
spitballing about like,
yeah.
what if I had a Lego movie about my life?
yeah, that's what it kind of seemed like. But it's like no, it's just like a documentary, but
In Lego. But
Good.
then also because it's in Lego, there's like all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And like Snoop's in it. Like everybody that Pharrell's ever collaborated with. Oh, is Britney going to be in it?
Most likely, probably.
I
would
don't
assume
know.
So. I don't know. Yeah.
We'll see. It'd be great. Little Lego Britney. They've never had a Lego Britney before.
I mean,
Did you see Megan Thee Stallion try to recreate I'm a Slave for You at the VMAs last night? And she had like the whole
snake?
Yeah, the whole get up on, and she had the snake, and she was like, "Stop the music, somebody get the snake off of me."
This one seemed like there was a lot of like callbacks to old ones. Cause like there was Madonna
there?
ones.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, like
I've seen very little of the
I think
VMAs.
Sabrina Carpenter did a Madonna thing. who was that one? Addison Rae did a Madonna thing.
I don't know.
So
I don't know anything about any of this. I'm excited for Star Wars Lego tomorrow. That's where I land right now.
you got to keep up with it.
I'm gonna wear my tall socks.
Yeah, pick your socks up.
I like that you're saying I need to keep up with it, and you're sending me reels about like how millennials just wear taller socks to try to fit in with the youth.
You know what? The thing is like I always wore socks.
Yes,
When-
most people do.
No. Well, I'm just saying no.
Like what kind
no,
of
no,
socks? Like
no.
specific.
Because like when it was like ankle socks time, they didn't really exist, and I couldn't get onto the whole train of folding my socks down.
Yeah.
I hated that
Okay.
because I didn't like the way it felt on my feet.
Okay.
So when ankle socks, I was like, okay, I could still wear socks, but people were like wearing their shoes without socks because they're like, oh, I don't want my socks to show.
Ew.
So
Yuck.
yeah, so like I'm okay with socks.
Super funny. I've always worn socks. Like that's a flex.
It's
Okay,
a
me
flex
too,
to me.
man.
It's a flex to me. Always worn them my whole life.
But you used to wear fun socks.
My grandma would not let my mom go out, take me outside without socks.
God forbid, especially if it was raining. You can't go outside without socks. Ooh, Zach the Maker's on here. Happy 25th anniversary of the Black Parade of My Chemical Romance.
Ah, Jay.
There's
Good
some
morning.
kind of
Grab some coffee.
there's some kind of a anniversary from My Chem today.
25th.
Is it the 20? No,
I think that's what it had.
I know we posted about it on Mosh, but I don't remember what it was. Let me look that up too. I'm just gonna. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh wait, Jay.
18 years of the Black Parade.
Can you watch Rebuild the Galaxy right now?
No,
He's in tomorrow.
you are in tomorrow. Wait, but where in tomorrow are you? The UK. Yeah, there's no way it could be 25. Like I'm 21. No, I think. Well, when does it come out? Does it come out at midnight our time? Because I
don't
remember
know.
when I was in London for work when the season finale of Kenobi came out, and I had to watch it in the Netherlands. I had to watch it. It came out at like 8:00 in the morning, the next day. Like it was midnight in California. It must have been midnight in California, and it was like 8 a.m. in London. And so I
okay.
watched it over my lunch break and cried in the cafeteria with a bunch of corpos. I'll never forget that finale.
Yeah.
They're like, why is this weird American girl crying in the cafeteria?
Oh, and speaking of that,
What?
Lord Vader, James Earl Jones passed.
Oh, yeah.
So
Can I be real with you? I think I even told you this. I thought James Earl Jones had already passed
Passed.
away. Because he was old.
Yeah,
he was
he was
like
old.
94 years old. Like, I was shocked.
yeah, no. So I didn't. Yeah, I'll be honest. I didn't realize it was James Earl Jones as Vader. Like that. Like when I'm growing up, when I'm a little kid, I was
Right,
like, "Oh,
okay.
this sounds like James Earl Jones."
Well, I mean, did you even know who James Earl Jones was
Exactly.
as a kid? Okay.
Yeah, it was just Vader.
Right.
And I remember seeing, or not supposed to see, but I saw Coming to America. My dad was watching that, and it was like an inkling of like that guy sounds familiar. So it was like always like there, like that guy sound, and I just never really put it together. And then Sandlot, and I was like, oh, and that's like the
yeah.
same time where I was like really watching Star Wars, and so I was like, I put them together, and I was like,
That's cool that you put it together, like, on your own, though.
yeah. Again, I could have been like watching the credits and stuff, but
Well, because, like, remember we were watching Indiana Jones with our kids, and we were like, do you know that's Han Solo? And, like, I don't think it ever clicked. We're like, oh, it's the same guy.
yeah, Mufasa.
I forgot about Sandlot. We did watch that one recently, though.
Yeah.
Is he the dad in Coming to America?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we had
Well,
IMDb, yeah, for real.
Eddie Murphy's dad, not
Yeah.
the McDonald's dad,
No, not the.
or
It's not McDonald's. It's a.
something.
Yeah. Something else. Field of Dreams. I never saw Field of Dreams. Don't come for me, please. Sorry.
I remember my aunt watching Field of Dreams so many. I think she had a thing for Kevin Costner.
Isn't it a sad movie? Like, it's a drama, right?
I think so.
Do people... I mean, who am I to judge? We all watch Star Wars on repeat. But there's, like, action and there's humor and there's all kinds of stuff. Like, they're McDowells. That's what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's where I have this beef. And I think Dano and I are aligned when somebody's like, what's your favorite blah? And it's like, well, it's whatever I feel like in that moment, right? Because if you're asking me my favorite movie, like, I do not have one single favorite movie. There are movies that I think are really great, but it's not something I would put on over and over and over again. Like Big Fish, amazing movie, makes me sob buckets. I've only seen it probably twice ever because it's like too emotional for me to handle.
See, I think I've seen that, but it didn't make me cry. Oh. You know my go-to?
To cry?
Yeah.
Can I say it?
Yeah, you can.
Will I get it right?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's
Mr.
see.
Holland's Opus?
Yeah.
Have I seen that one?
I don't know.
I don't think I've seen that one. Big Fish. It's such a good movie. Did we see Beetlejuice? Did it come out?
Yes. We haven't.
No, we haven't. Big Fish is a good movie. Inception, another great movie.
But it's a different type.
But these are like on my top. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to watch it over and over again because I'm also way too stupid to understand how any of that works. But I appreciate that I'm too stupid, and that's why I like the movie so much.
Oh, Inception.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more of just like a makes you think type of thing. Like, is he still in the dream? Chad Brown, Rebels when Kanan.
Kanan, that was.
But see, again, it's almost. But see, that's a little bit harder because.
But that's not a movie.
You need the build up, and you really do. Like,
yeah.
You have the fun with them, and they're going learning and stuff like that.
The Prestige. That's a really good movie.
I remember that one.
But are you going to watch it over and over again?
Prestige? It was The Prestige and. What's that other one that came out? They came out the exact same time.
Yeah. The Prestige is the one with the
Yes,
the water tanks.
Thank you, Danny. Mr. Holland's Opus is like it. I'm just like
The Greatest Showman. That's what it was. I'm just kidding. It wasn't the.
I'm like in tears.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
It gets me.
Oh, look, Jay's got your back. Go-to movie. But see, it's your go-to movie. It's not your favorite movie.
Jay. So I love.
Oh my God,
the
no,
book.
absolutely.
I love the book, and
Say
Ready Player 2. It does not exist to me.
That book was trash.
It was not great. Illusionist.
I don't even remember that one. Illusions, Michael.
I'm trying to remember what the premise was so similar. That's the thing.
Was it?
Right, Bryce? Like
who was in The Illusionist? I remember it took me 4 watches to finish watching.
Because I think Prestige was like the one they like crafted it, and they kind of like you have to like the whole thing was. I don't know if you want me to like spoiler alert. Let me see if I got this right. The Prestige.
Oh, that one had Ed Norton in it.
Was like you have to commit to this bit, and there was basically like a twin.
I thought it was cloning.
That was The Illusionist.
No, it was not.
And
that
he was
similar.
like killing the twin or like killing the clone every time.
No, that was
The Prestige was like there was 2 of them, and like he had to cut his finger off, and so then the brother had to cut his finger off too.
No.
Yeah, and twins lived as one.
As one person.
As one person.
No.
Oh,
Prestige was the clones.
Okay.
Because I remember in the very end, it shows like the basement where it had all of the clones dead in. It's all the same movie. Everybody's right. Wait, what?
So Jeffrey says
no. 2 rival musicians with
magicians, not musicians. That's a whole different movie.
Oh, I got to keep my feet down.
With
one group were twins working as a single person The trope was duplicated by the other who did the weird cloning thing.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
So who was
So
the
that's
twin?
that's the same movie.
Okay, Hugh Jackman was cloning people. And then who was the other? It was Christian Bale was the twin?
Yeah, he was. Okay, that's what it was, right? He was a twin, and Hugh Jackman couldn't believe that he could do this disappearing trick,
Unbelievable.
and so he figured out a way to clone him. Okay, so I think that's what.
Okay, wait a second. No, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to stop you right there. He couldn't believe there were twins, and so he invented cloning.
No, it wasn't. He didn't believe there was twins, but they
can't
they
believe
lived.
this.
He's like,
You know what's way more believable? The only thing I remember from that movie was it's so stupid. It's a basement and it's a bunch of water tanks and it's a bunch of dead Hugh Jackmans,
Yeah.
right? Oh my God. We have to go watch this. I'm going to watch it and it's going to be a comedy to me now. Twins? That's disgusting. How could such a thing exist?
well, because they never knew that there was twins. He thought it was just
Stop.
one person.
Well, he didn't know that, but like you naturally jump to I'm going to clone myself instead.
It's like the only way.
Who was it Amy Adams in that movie? Isla Fisher? It was one of those. It was one of the redheads, wasn't it? It was a Christopher Nolan movie. That makes sense. Just keep in mind each of the twins has a different personality you can pick up with repeat view. I really want to watch this now again. Okay, so then somebody explain Illusionist to me. The Illusionist to me. I did read that it was Paul Giamatti and Ed Norton. Ed Norton? Is that his name? Is that the name? Is that a thing?
Edward
Is that
Norton.
a person? Edward Norton. Edward Norton. Little John. Batman Begins funded it. I remember it being a good movie. Norton, yes. Okay. I didn't see that one.
I don't think I saw that one.
Okay.
I think I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Bale.
You were
Chris
on like a
Nolan.
really big like Christopher Nolan kick.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
who wasn't?
Who wasn't? The Illusionist. I remember. I think maybe you had seen it, or it was one of those things where we would get together after our classes and watch it, but we didn't have enough time to really watch it, so we would watch like 30 minutes at a time. It's not nearly as good, but yes, they were very confusing if you didn't see them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can move on with our lives now. Okay, but movies. Oh, I didn't see it, but I remember Illusionist fans being all snobby about Illusionist being better. Isn't that the way it goes? It's like Star Trek, Star Wars, non-drama. Like, who cares? Like what you like, please. But yeah, so what's your favorite movie? It depends on your mood, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because lately you've been on a big like 90s sports kids movies. And so we've watched The Sandlot, we watched The Big Green, we've watched Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
But those aren't in your like top 5.
It's just like comfort,
They're comfort movies.
Yeah. nostalgic, comfort words.
Holes. We watched Holes. Oh,
No,
so we watched Holes.
watching Holes was again. It was like at the time it was like one of my favorite books. They made a movie of it, and then it was a good
and
movie.
you loved Shia LaBeouf.
I did like Shia LaBeouf. I still do.
What you say?
And but no, getting to see like our son watch it and like love it was like super cool. Again, I think that's where it makes it even more special. Is like being able to pass it on and to get that same emotion out of it.
It was so sweet to.
Yes, Danny, I love Three Ninjas.
But it was so sweet to watch him watch the movie and like feel like emotionally invested in that movie. But then at the very end with a flashback where it's like, I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. I didn't know that it had come from Holes, but you did. And so our son and I were like,
Three Ninjas and then Three Ninjas Kickback. I
I
didn't
never watched
like
those.
the mount. I didn't like the third one. The over at whatever mountain it was.
Step by Me and For the Boys, or is it Step by Me for the Boys? Is it one? I never saw those.
Step by Me.
Oh,
That's
you know another really good movie was Jack.
or is it Stand by Me?
Stand by Me was one of them. I didn't see that one until that's Stay Golden or Stay Gold, Pony Boy.
No, that's The Outsiders.
Oh, that's very different. Stand by
That
Me
was-
was the train track.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Beetlejuice was a fave. I'm so happy. I was so happy. Oh, y'all already saw it. Yeah, we'll have to figure out. We'll have to.
We got to look at what the story is in the first Beetlejuice because I remember it just kind of being like a.
Do you remember Drop Dead Fred?
Oh man, I was.
That was one of my favorites as
Yeah.
a kid. I loved them. I don't know why I like that movie. Like seeing bits of it now, I'm like, who let me watch that as a child?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Didn't they say they were gonna like for a little while they were gonna make a Drop Dead Fred 2?
Oh, really?
I think so.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
You know what?
Speaking of 2, they're gonna have a new or they've greenlit a Goonies. So
Like a season 2 or season 2, like a sequel
Yes.
or
yeah, like a sequel. And
or
I
like a
think,
revamp, like a
no,
what
no,
is
I
it,
think
reboot?
I think it's a sequel, like Steven Spielberg.
Whoa.
I think Sean Astin's.
Like they're gonna be in it and like old.
Yeah.
I'm into that. I'm actually like super into that.
So Goonies never die. So
I mean, we have Space Goonies coming out.
yeah,
Skeleton Crew. That looks really good. That looks, I don't know. It looks really good. But I don't want to love it too much because what if it leaves us? Sean and Key together again. I mean, it could happen, right?
I mean everybody. Josh Brolin's still there.
They gonna do the
Looking
truffle
all-
shuffle? Oh, it was just a rumor. Well, I hope
Yeah,
that's
I'm not getting.
true.
I'm not getting like, oh my gosh, but
You're not hearing it directly from Steven Spielberg.
yeah, he's not.
Y'all don't have like a Steven Alliance or something.
Well, I haven't had that meeting yet.
Oh, okay. We've been traveling too
Yeah.
much. Somebody asked, I think it was Tim was asking, since spooky season is upon us, your favorite scary movie.
Well, again, it's like what
Like true like horror scary or like I enjoyed watching this.
see true horror. The
like-
original Exorcist.
Never
That-
seen it.
No,
Nah.
that one's like a true like. It just it makes you stay up a little bit, and you got to watch a cartoon later. After
That's the test of like a real scary movie.
you're like I'm gonna watch.
Cleanse my brain a little bit.
I'm gonna watch a cartoon real quick.
Where's Ed, Ed, and Eddie? I need them.
No, that's too dark. I need like
We need like Care Bears.
yeah, Care Bears or something. The Animaniacs.
I never saw The Exorcist. The one that sticks with me the most. And it was because you wouldn't walk me out of the theater when I was so scared. What was it? The Grudge?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was because that was like Japanese horror.
Well, that was like the
Mm-mm.
yeah, because then there was The Ring at the same around that same time.
The Ring was really scary. That one came first. And that was really scary, but like it didn't freak me out. Like I was afraid to wash my hair from The Grudge because I was afraid a hand was going to come out of the back of my head.
But I think those were like newer scary movies.
Yeah.
So it was like, I don't know, it didn't. Maybe the older ones just like creep me out even more.
I love the Scream series.
Yeah,
We
watched-
binged
we
that
watched-
last year.
Yeah.
And that was like, I like really, really fell for them like way
Well,
more.
but they're not like scary. They're like more. Those are like jump scare, and but then there's like that. Now there's kind of a
suspense
story to it.
Yeah, there was suspense.
What was the other one? We kind of started watching Alien,
yeah,
and that's not scary. It's like it's more suspense.
I can't speak to that one. I didn't watch a lot of that. The Saw franchise was just like way too intense for me.
And I think that's when we started dating. So you didn't want to watch it, so we never watched it.
I think we watched the first one together, didn't we? with like my entire family when we first started dating, and I was like, nope, this is too much.
And you know what, Doug? I gotta watch it now to see. Like I could be so desensitized from other scary movies that it's just kind of like, oh, okay,
Oh, you watched the Chucky movies last year, remember? You watched all the Child's Play
yeah.
last year. Did you like those? I liked them because I didn't I watched like
I watched
maybe
them
the
before.
I think I watched the first one, and then I watched like the most recent one with
the
you.
like the first two. I remember watching those, and then when it got to like the third, like even when they first came out, I was just kind of like, like they got too like campy. And then
Yeah.
when like it was the kid and all that, like it was just kind of like too much for me. And I think they brought it around towards the end, but nothing where I was like, oh, I need to watch these. Now they did come out again, and I don't think I saw that one. I think they like rebooted it twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Oh.
then there was like a TV series.
I just like when you watch movies and then you recap them to me, and you'll tell me for like it's like a good like 15-20 minutes of you just like recapping the end to like you wrote the book on it, like you know your stuff. You're like, then this happened and then this happened. And if I try to do that for you, I'm like, oh, but then like what I should have told you 5 minutes ago. If you like nostalgia, kids films, and horror, you might like The Black Phone. What is The Black Phone about?
It's like Black Mirror.
I could not do Black Mirror. That was so messed up. We watched a couple of those. I was like, I'm uncomfortable. I can't. That's how I've felt with Saw too. So what is The Black Phone about?
I don't know.
We didn't really we
and
never
then
really got
Katie
into
says
the
the Stanley
slashers.
Hotel.
No, I've never heard. What is that? I don't know
Yeah.
anything about that.
We gotta check that out.
Is the Stanley Hotel where The Shining was? You've never seen The Shining still to this
I
day.
haven't. I should watch that one.
That would be a good one.
Yeah.
That one's a little one like you gotta watch something nice afterwards.
But I don't think it's gonna be. It's scary. I think it's more of like a mental.
That's what I don't like. There's some screws loose up here. Like I don't need you telling me the ways that I can be more messed up. It's got Ethan Hawke. It's about a guy who kidnaps kids. It's dark but fun. Yeah, okay.
Sounds like a grand old time.
That sounds cute. I want to watch the Lisa Frankenstein movie.
I think we gotta like intermake, like do like a dark, scary one, and then like a fun.
My favorite scary movies. I have it. Final Destination. They're scary.
Oh, because there
Does that not count as a scary movie?
it does. It's like a.
Why are you laughing at me?
Because it's like death coming after you. It's just funny because like the first one, I remember watching it.
Tell me, every time you drive behind like a big truck with like
you're like, nah.
You're not today, death. I'll rather slip in my bathroom and slit my throat.
But they got
the garbage disposal.
Yeah, they got
too.
more elaborate and like it wasn't.
The first one was good.
Yeah.
All the rest of them were like, no.
It kept like, it wasn't this thing. It was this thing that hit, like, it was like a Rube Goldberg design forever. Like, death was like, nah, we're going to bump it up a little bit. We're going to knock down the droid.
I've been doing this
that's going to hit the microphone. It's going to spin around. It's going to shock the.
The dominoes are going to fall.
And everybody's just like looking around, Happy Gilmore style.
Stop. The franchise is responsible for 3 generations of safe driving behind large trucks. Does The Return to Oz count as a scary movie? Katie, you're saying things I have no idea. I don't know. I've never heard of Return to Oz.
You know what was a scary movie to me, and I haven't seen it all the way through?
Pee-wee Herman's Big Adventure.
No, I watched that one all the way through.
That was scary.
But
I couldn't watch all that.
Like Large Marge was scary, and I hated that part. Labyrinth. Like
Wait,
I never watched it because I was scared of it.
I watched it, but I was probably like a preteen or a teenager when I saw it.
I think I was younger.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, you know what was a scary movie to me growing up? Jurassic Park. That was super scary. And
I loved that. Like at the time that it came out, I loved it.
my cousin really liked it, and like my older sister would bring me to our cousin's house to like babysit them, and I got to tag along. And my cousin, he's the same age as me, but like he loved it, and so he would have to go into the bedroom and watch it by himself because the rest of us were girls and younger and too scared. But then my family took me to go see Jurassic Park 2 in the movie theater, and I was like, I was freaking out.
And
I don't know what was worse.
Doug Large March was awesome. Yeah, no, that was little Steven was scared.
Escape Room, I feel like I think we
No,
saw
we didn't watch
trailers
it.
for that
We've
one.
seen like trailers and clips of that.
And there was like enough trailers that it was like, okay, I think I've seen it now. Labyrinth is Brent's wife's favorite movie. We should give that one
I want to
another
see that one
shot.
now.
Yeah, I think we should give that one another shot. But we're so close to finishing the Fast and the Furious. Fast and Furious? The Fast and the Furious? We'll never
We
know.
got two movies.
Is that it?
There's 9 and 10, yeah.
Oh, we're on Fate
9.
of the Furious, I think, right now.
I think a lot of our series were kind of like knocking them out because like I'm doing my Dragon Ball, Naruto.
We started One Piece, though, which is...
Yeah.
Why did you start One Piece? I have no idea.
It's again, it's going to be one of the ones that we just kind of like take out a couple episodes.
We have not seen Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, we need that one too.
When does that one slot in? I think we decided it slots in before 9.
Yeah.
But we didn't watch it.
Yeah.
It's
But again,
not
it's not like
on Peacock.
it's not part of family, so
It's not family. Right? So, okay, but Steven started watching Naruto back in 2017. And there's still like 40 episodes left, I think, that we have to watch.
well, see the thing is
We
is, like,
stopped watching Naruto
No.
for a few
So
weeks
the thing is, it was a lot easier to watch when
the rest of us weren't watching it.
when it was that too. But when I'm watching the dub, I could be doing other things. But when I'm watching sub, I have to sit there and watch it.
Right.
So I can't do other things.
Yeah,
So that's where like slows me down.
that's fair. And then we finished Dragon Ball Z Kai. Now we're watching Dragon Ball Super.
Which I gotta watch that, and then there's a couple movies that I gotta watch. I got recommendations
Oh, yeah.
that the movies are better.
Dragon Ball movies?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then because like there's gonna be the new show coming out soon too.
Ooh, Danny has Naruto tattoos. Jeffrey says I liked Happy Death Day and its sequel.
Ooh, I was actually when we were talking about scary movies, I was like, that's like it seems like it's a
Like a fun one.
like a fun.
It's dark, but fun.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. I used to watch Beetlejuice as a kid,
Remember like
but I don't remember.
It Scream, and then it was like I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, I loved those.
So it was like that time of like those scary movies where
Before like Scary Movie came out and made fun of all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was another one. Or was it? What am I thinking? I Know What You Did Last Summer. Those were just like good.
but they were like, were they scary?
But they were like easy breezy, like cutesy, scary movies.
Yeah.
Right? Like they weren't. There was, oh man, it was like a limited series, and I forget what it was called. It was like the Rose Garden or I don't know. I can't even remember it, but it was terrifying, and I watched it at my cousin's house. My cousin was like 10 years older than me or something, but I watched it at his house, and then we all like sat in the living room and watched it, and then him and his wife went to bed, and they're like, all right, good night, and like left me to sleep on the couch where we watched this like terrifying movie all night, and I'm like, or like mini series, and I was like, I didn't sleep at all. I was like, I'm gonna die tonight. I have to figure out what it was. It was terrifying, like, but I completely blocked everything that it was about because it was so scary.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I watched a lot of action movies. Again, it was like the '90s, so there was like tons and tons of action movies that I watched.
Like Sylvester Stallone type stuff?
No, it was just like right now I'm thinking there was a movie with Gina Davis and Samuel Jackson called Long Kiss Goodnight. And like that's the one that's like popping in my head. But it was just like a weird, like it was a weird action movie.
Okay.
And he would like use this song as like a memory mnemonic type of thing.
Okay.
And it was like he would sing it through like whenever he was trying to remember something. No, it wasn't Die Hard, Bryce. It was Long Kiss Goodnight. Is what it was called.
Do you want me to look up the
And
song? Do you want
it
to try
was
to
like,
guess the song? Hold on. Is it an actual song?
No, it's like it's like
Oh. Oh wait, no, that's not it. It was Notorious B.I.G.
Oh.
when I typed in "Long Kiss Goodnight," but it's a Long Kiss Goodnight movie. Gina Davis, Samuel L. Jackson. It doesn't say, but
Oh yeah. I watched the Die Hard with the Vengeance, and then there was that little puzzle.
if I didn't watch Die Hard until like way later in life. I think I watched it with you for the first. I think when my
and then
brother
of course all
sat
the
us
Arnold
down
and
and was like,
Rambos.
These are Christmas movies, and he like sat us down and made me watch them.
But yeah, as far as like Halloween time, I think we stuck to just like the Jason and Freddy movies.
See,
at
and
the
those I
house.
never watched. I did start watching when
Leprechaun, that was a fun one too.
never saw that one.
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston was in that one, the first
really?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, we never watched any of those. Well, I did start watching Halloween whenever
Yeah.
it came back, like later. But
Nick Cage was a big action star back then. The
Oh,
Rock,
yeah.
Con Air.
The Rock was a really good movie.
Yeah.
That was like a really good movie. I don't think I ever saw Con Air.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
And I remember we put on Independence Day for 4th of July this year, but I didn't actually like get to watch any of it.
That's when Will Smith was kind of having his come up. It was his come up.
That was his come up. I think that was like his big movie before he moved to Men in Black. Is that a horror movie? No.
That's
We
like
watched
a
that one
comedy.
recently, though.
Yeah.
It's like an action movie. Is it? What would you classify Men in Black as?
It's like an action movie. Action comedy.
An action comedy?
Yeah.
Buddy cop? It's a buddy cop movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's. I have a weird fondness for the Friday the 13th Jason Takes Manhattan just for the absurdity of it. I have no idea that existed.
Oh, that's Jeffrey. That's the one where he kicks like he's walking down like a New York street, and there's just like people like sitting around a boombox, and he kicks it.
He kicks the people or the boombox?
The boombox.
Okay. Why?
I just remember the clip where he's just like walking through. Jeffrey, confirm it for me. But I'm pretty sure he's just like walking. They're like listening to some like rap music or something.
Right.
He just kicks it over.
It's very like Spider-Man 3 vibes is what that's giving off. Little finger gun, kicking boom boxes.
I mean, it got pretty silly sometimes. Like I remember there was one.
I have not seen a single Friday the 13th
where he
Yes.
Jason like has like them in a sleeping bag, and it's just like, or like one of the campers just like swinging them around, just
in the sleeping bag.
Yeah.
Like one-handed.
I don't know if it's one. I don't remember if it's one-handed or two. The ghetto blaster.
Oh my gosh. Friday the 13th part 10. Evil gets an upgrade. Jason in the future and gets cybernetic and
Yeah, his mask was like metal.
It's in space. Oh, that's great. That's sometimes you just gotta let things go, right?
But it's fun, like, because now we could talk about
It's
it.
dark but fun. But it's like people spent time on that and money to make that.
Yeah.
I think that was more absurd than taking Manhattan. Did he in fact take Manhattan?
He had little booster jets installed,
Stop it.
and so he was just like slowly, like just like
Stop.
and just like just.
Are you being serious? Like all the other things you said, like that's the least
And you're like,
ridiculous.
oh, okay,
Like what makes that like little Heelys?
in space.
The sleeping bag kill is like an interactive hologram thing.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. So it was like it was in the space one. Like he was, yeah.
This is We're talking about horror
Again,
movies, and
but
now
I
we're
think the
talking
thing
about
is like when they went up to like 10, like so many of them, I don't remember which one's like this one. This is this one. This one's in this one.
Jason X. Sometimes you just gotta let things go that you love. I think they went a little too far. Are they gonna make more? Are they making
They'll
more?
probably like tighten it up or like what? No, didn't they? Didn't they redo it? The series? Like start over?
I don't know.
I think they did.
Did they?
I don't know.
I don't know. This is
Like Rob Zombie like redid them.
oh, I don't think I've ever seen a Rob Zombie.
Oh, those are
movie.
pretty. Those are like more scary, like Texas Chainsaw and Hills Have Eyes and
Ooh,
stuff.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre was like
The original one or
no, the
Rob-
rebooted one.
Yeah.
That one was like super freaky. I didn't like that one.
Yeah. And again, it's like it's scary, but it's not in scary or it's like it's just more like gives you the creeps and stuff.
Like uncomfortable. Was Jason the one that's tied up in rights issues, or was that Freddy? Oh, is there like copyright stuff going on?
Oh, like who?
It's
Who
been a
has it?
long time since there's been a Freddy,
Yeah.
so maybe it's that one.
Oh, maybe it's Freddy because I think because Halloween's John Carpenter, right? And I think Freddy,
John Carpenter.
it's the Halloween stuff.
Who's John Carpenter?
But he's like has the Halloween.
Like the director?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that name. I don't know that.
Remember
I don't
the
know her.
Scream? The Scream.
Oh,
like the director.
Yeah.
I think it's like the same thing. Like he does like a whole bunch of.
Oh, okay. Why have I never heard John Carpenter? Why have I never heard that before?
Yeah. See.
Okay.
Okay. So one of
Wes Craven.
Friday
did
or.
Scream.
Okay. No. Wes Craven was like the. No. But what? Oh no. I'm trying to think. Like Scream had a director.
No,
Was
no,
it?
no. It was when they were making the Scream movie in one of the Screams. But there was like a callback to
It was
John
like a reference, but is
Carpenter or
it John
something.
Carpenter or was it supposed to be like Wes Craven reference, like that director?
Oh, I don't know. This is getting way too. This is a lot of brain power for for something that happened 20 years ago. There was something about but what was I forget what the Scream. What was the movie called?
The Scream movie.
It wasn't called the Scream movie though, right?
It was called.
It was after her book. It was what's her face's book.
The Hillsborough Murders.
Yeah.
The Thing. I don't think I've seen The Thing.
I don't. Yeah, how do you even look like what was the movie within the movie?
Stab. It was called Stab.
It was called Stab.
The Stab series.
So who was the Stab
Thanks, Tim.
director? Stab director Scream. Because they referenced somebody.
It wasn't the director because the director ended up being like the
Wait.
one that was killing people. It was like the executive producer or something like that. That they were kind of like.
Wait, was Stab a real movie that came out?
No.
Are you sure?
Well, they
It
might
says
have.
Robert Rodriguez directed Stab. What does this mean?
No,
That was within, but so was it Robert Rodriguez?
I think I think they like.
Okay, so then where did we get John Carpenter from? Because I feel like there was some kind of reference. Because I remember you telling me like, "Oh, this is an Easter egg."
Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking. No, I think there was like a producer there that it was kind of like. It was like a Wes Craven type of producer where he produced a whole bunch of scary movies.
A
And then Sid's dad or Sid's mom had gone to one of his parties because she was in a scary movie.
Oh, okay. It kind of says it in here. I mean, I don't know.
Again, this is where like it keeps like becoming so meta.
It's this one. That one was incredibly meta.
Okay, Roman was Ghostface in Scream 3, which is least favorite. Yeah, so that was like the weird one, right? It was like Roman. I don't. He was like the only one that was the single killer in the Scream series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We have to watch. I want to rewatch the
Scream?
Scream series for spooky season.
And that was like the mom had. It was like something to do with the mom, with Sid's mom.
Non-duo Ghostface. You know, the beautiful thing is like, I don't remember any of it. We can rewatch it and like I'm gonna be like, who was the killer
What?
the whole time? Yeah, I know the killers in the first movie, and like that's it. Like we will start watching the next ones. We'll watch them again, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, Sarah, do you remember them all?"
Again,
You said it was Roman. I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." I kind of vaguely remember that.
I don't remember I didn't remember his name was Roman. Like me myself, I didn't remember it, but I was like I knew it was like a one name, like a one word name.
But there's also a Roman in the Fast and Furious series, so that's confusing because that's Tyrese. Those rules for a trilogy mentioned there was always something that goes back to the first film, something unknown then.
And that was the thing like on the Scream ones is like it seemed they would tell you who it was at the beginning of the movie.
At the beginning. Oh, because that's what it was. Wasn't it that like her mom was having an affair with Roman's dad?
Oh, yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. But then like
and his family,
and then
they
his
broke
family,
up.
yeah, I think that's what the whole thing was.
But it was before he was with.
Oh, right, and but they were siblings. Weren't they siblings somehow?
No, I don't think so.
No, I think there was a secret sibling.
I don't know.
Oh man. Was it Roman? Sydney? Is Roman?
No, because then that would mean that his mom. No, I don't think it is.
Yeah. Roman Bridger. That's a great name though. In Scream 3, the
They were
current
clowns.
Ghostface. That was good. Way to bring it back around. So stupid. Not you, Brent. This is the whole quote. You know, there's no way there could be two of them. There could be hundreds of them. In Scream 3, the current Ghostface uses Maureen's synthesized voice and image to taunt Sydney and lure her out of hiding. The killer is unveiled as Roman Bridger, who reveals that he is Maureen's son and Sydney's half-brother. So I think that's what it was. It's like she had an affair and got pregnant.
And gave him up.
I don't remember the rest of it.
No. Oh, no. What it was is I think it wasn't an affair. She was part of that Hollywood scene. And like she was a young actress, got pregnant and gave him up.
Oh, and then Sydney had the life that
He wanted.
Yeah.
Like a family.
Family. It all comes back.
It all comes back to family.
That's ridiculous too. Okay, we're gonna go watch Scream. If there's one movie of all of the movies that we've talked about tonight that you want to go watch right now. Don't say Rebuild the Galaxy because that's like a lame answer. Everybody's gonna be watching that tomorrow. Like we're going to watch it tomorrow, but
I don't know. I kind of want to watch the
Sandlot.
No, I think I'm more thinking like Jason, one of the Jason movies, or Hills Have Eyes would be good.
What happened?
Something strong.
it's time for us to go anyway. We got to pack.
Yeah.
We leave in like 12 hours.
So, broke the table. That's what it was.
Did you really break the table? You're so strong.
That's our cue to go. Until next time.
Bye. That's how you mic drop.
That was a good one, Tim.